all good.
Yeah. What's going on, New York? How y'all doing? Once again, he's back. The most dangerous, the notorious, one of the hottest producers in the game. You know what I'm saying? The hottest show on BCAT, the Jacboxer show. Yo, Jack, what's going on, man? Welcome, man.
It's all good. That's what's going on. I'm back in the beauty, baby.
It's all good. It's good to see you back again, man.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? It's good to see you back again, no doubt, man.
Yeah, still alive. You know, I gotta give a shout out. Actually, I need to say the first thing. You know, my man, Bless, man. You know.
No doubt.
I hope you get there in peace. You know, it was a shocker. You know. I don't know what to say, you know, but, you know, I've been giving a shout out. I don't know, your son, you know, Vidi, you know, we're just going to have to support, you know, so.
Definitely.
We missed a real soldier, one of our soldiers, you know, so we really feel it in our heart. We're crying in our heart, in our soul. It's like water coming off the stone.
Right.
Yeah, you know, but I'm happy to be back here, you know what I'm saying? That's why they call me the most dangerous. I can disappear and reappear. Can you reappear? If you disappear, can you reappear?
No doubt, man. Like I said, Jack, it's good to have you back. You know, you've been on vacation. You've been traveling all over the place,
world,
man.
baby.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's good.
How was your focus from being away from BCAT? I guess they gave you a chance to go out and, you know, check out, you know, more states and more environment and more and connecting with more people, you know?
You know, once again, thanks for having me, you know. It's all good, you know. I do this once in a year. We come out and we talk about it's all good.
Right.
You know, it was a good vacation, you know. I've taken, since I've been over here, I've taken 3 vacations, and every time I go on 1 year vacation. You know, the vacation is always 1 year. I don't know what it is, but, you know, it was a good vacation because when I do produce my show, the Jacboxer show, I'm here almost every day. If I'm not picking up camera to shoot, I'm doing something in studio, or I'm editing, or, you know, I'm doing casting for models, or looking for fighters, or getting music, you know, people into music who want to come out to the studio. So it's always work.
Right.
So taking that 1 year, it was like what I needed because I travel a lot anyway. If I was doing my show like I do, I wouldn't be able to do what I did. So I went to Vegas, went to California, you know, went to Atlanta, you know, went to Florida, Colorado. You know, as a matter of fact, I went to Europe, I went to Germany, get down to London. You know, I had a good time. I have a lot of footage, you know, so my show is coming back on, you know, for those of you that have been missing that show, you know, a lot of action. I have a lot of stuff for you guys, you know, so you got to watch out for the Jacboxer show. And we're still going to more events, actually, on April 12th. We're going to be going to Atlantic City.
Right.
Here in New York, there's a little fight going on there. Miguel Cotto and Alfonso Gomez.
Gomez, is he undefeated?
No, he's the guy that beat that retired Antonio Gotti.
Gotti.
In Atlantic City.
Did Gotti retire?
Yeah, he retired.
Yeah, man, it is.
You know,
they was rearranging his face, man, so it was time for him to stop, man. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of plastic surgery, man. The money is good, but I don't want to have no plastic surgery. I'm sorry.
Right. Now, what about, you just recently came from a press conference.
Yeah. Some big things going on, you know. Big Dog One, Rastafari. You know, Big Dog One. If you're from Brooklyn, man, you know, Brooklyn's own. You know, Zab Judah, we had a press conference, you know, last week. Zab Judah and Sugar Shane Mosley are going to be fighting each other on May 30th in Las Vegas. You know?
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that, you know, going out to Vegas. You know, for those of you that want to come out to that fight, you know, it's going to be hot. So,
right.
You know, you can call Itsallgood show, and then he can link up with me and get you all the information, what it takes to get out to Vegas. But, you know, it's interesting, you know, to see Zab Judah, you know, now in their 30s, fighting each other, Zab Judah and Sugar Shane Mosley.
Right.
I think it's going to be an interesting fight. I've been hearing a lot of fans saying, "Oh, why would Zab take that kind of fight? It's a risk fight. Oh my God, no, 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 he should not." No, no, Zab, don't sleep on Zab. Zab is called Super Zab Judah.
That's right.
He's got power. You know what I'm saying? Zab, when he's focused, he can do damage. Look at what he did to Cody Spinks.
Yeah.
First time he lost to Cody Spinks, then he got focused, went back to his backyard and knocked him out. So I still believe in Zab. As long as he's focused, no partying, no messing around.
No being in people's videos and
no
stuff like that.
Videos. Stay focused on the game.
Stay focused. And then when you win the fight, then you could go in and make videos, man. You can party.
And do
you know what I'm saying? No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm still behind Zab. Shane is still my man, though. Shane Mosley's my boy, too. You know what I'm saying? I hang out with him and his dad all the time. So whoever is more hungry is going to win that fight. But it's a really, really interesting fight. Even though it's not a title fight, it's going to be a pay-per-view. So that tells you it's going to be hot.
Right. Now, tell us about this book that I'm putting up right now. What's going on with this book, man?
You know what? What I don't understand is that why we gotta be fighting each other. That's what I don't understand. This book is saying here, Mike Tyson tries to kill my daddy. There's something that is going on right now. We're talking about Remy. Remy shot some chick in her stomach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got T.I. buying all these silencers and machine guns.
Right.
Why we gotta be using this stuff? I can carry if I want to carry. But if I'm carrying, I always have this intention of trying to hurt somebody.
Right.
So that book right there, I met the guy that wrote the book, Mitch Rose. He's from here, Brooklyn, He gave me a copy of this book. So when I showed it to you, you're like, wow, let's talk a little bit about it, And I'm willing to talk about it. Mike Tyson and this dude, Mitch Rose, got into a fight at Sugar Hill. Here in Brooklyn, So I guess Mitch said something to Mike. Mike got mad. And just I rushed him, and I attacked him. So Mitch turns around and sue him for $66 million. And that's part of what the book is about. That's why it says Mike Tyson tries to kill my daddy, and his son is right on top of his escalator. And then you got that guy over there. I know the white guy over there too, Scoop. His name is Scoop. I know him very well.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what though? It's interesting about this book. It's not just about boxing though. It tells you a lot of things that happen. Little Kim, had a boyfriend called World, who is right now being indicted for a lot of bodies, that was killed in the past. Some of that pieces is there, some of the things going on in the projects.
Right.
Like I said, why we gotta kill each other? I think that book right there is like telling people also that we shouldn't be killing each other. Mitch was talking about black and black crime. Stop the black and black crime.
Right.
What's going on, So there's a lot of pieces in that book that made me get interested in it because I'm not biased. If my friend does a bad job, I'm not going to promote something that I know that.
Right. So this book actually has a message.
It has a very powerful message for our people.
Right. Because that's what's going on right now. It's like whenever one of our African-American people becomes successful, is always one of our brothers is trying to bring them down. Why is that happening in our community? The thing with Remy Ma, you shot your best friend for over 3 G's. You could have made that 3 G's back in your next album or your next video. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense at all.
That's why our people have to start listening.
But people
be getting mad, and then after they do it, they start regretting it and start crying. Now she's crying. I feel bad for her.
I really do feel bad for her. I feel bad for her son. But she made a bad decision, and she has to pay for it. And hopefully, she'll go in, she'll get her mind right and learn from it, and then come out and try to uplift other people that's out there shooting their best friends over money, where somebody steals something from you, cut them off. Don't deal with them no more.
I don't like rap. Sometimes I don't agree with rap because it's all about this violence, shoot, kill. This is what the problem is in our community. Okay, the money